And we're back on the WWE Reddit, but today we're in front of the green screen now. Let's just jump into it. Ziggler was really done dirty. Nick Nemeth, FKA Dolph Ziggler, reveals a WWE authority figure told him they were making him lose intentionally for jokes. Oh boy. I got to a point where the top of the top, other than Vince, pulled me aside and said, Pat Patterson pushes for you so much because he says such great things and sees such great things in you, and we're actively ribbing him by having you lose every week. Ugh, God. Haha. Funny. Haha. He laughed when he said it. I go, that's funny, but that's my career where I already lose 80% of the time. Now I'm losing 95% of the time. Come on. The story of Dog Ziggler, huh? It's a tragic one. I believe this wholeheartedly because the way this man was losing in that era when he went from being one of the loudest reactions on that night after WrestleMania 29 to that solid 2-3 year span where he just became, I'm gonna say it, a jabroni. There's no way they weren't doing it on purpose, and for you old fuckers who thought that was hilarious, fuck you. Bronson Reed showed up to one of my favorite wrestlers right now for his Doom attire. Yeah, I gotta say, fire attire, fire attire. This dude deserved better, and it's just a sad picture of Dolph Ziggler. Man, let me tell you something about prime Dolph Ziggler. He was special. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I do think about this a lot, like prime Dolph Ziggler, if they would have actually gone back on it in 2014. Because seriously, imagine the year that he could have had in 2014 if they were like, okay, you've had these concussions, but you're back now. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put the world title back on you, we're gonna go ahead and do the thing, but instead, they put the titles together. Dolph Ziggler kind of falls into insecurity, and then there's like the Lana and the Rusev stuff eventually. I think that was 2015. Yeah, it's one of the biggest fumbles of all time. We talk about this moment right here being the heist of the century. This man might be the fumble of the century. And I've talked about this before, but I think one of the saddest things when it comes to Dolph Ziggler is that really he became almost a parody of himself and kind of gave up on that individual show-off character that he was in 2013, 2012, even when he was with Vicky Guerrero, and he kind of decided to become like the second coming of Shawn Michaels, with all due respect. And once he lost that originality, I kind of stopped caring. Sorry, that might be a hot take. Jey Uso is the #1 merch seller for the month of October. Top merch seller in October, Jey Uso sold more merchandise than Roman Reigns and CM Punk combined. What?
Wait a minute, what the hell?
I'm flabbed. I'm id. I'm gasted. What's that, Roman Reigns? You got a new OTC piece of merch? Big fucking deal. What's that, Phil? Welcome back to the World Wrestling Federation, buddy. We don't give a shit. Around here, we're saying yeet. No, but genuinely, that is fucking insane. Good for Jey Uso, dude. I mean, seriously, I love that guy. I know a lot of you will be like, oh, but it's so tight, it's cringe. No, listen, man, let the man cook. Let him do his thing. I love Jey Uso. I love what he's doing. I love that he's getting this breakout. He's succeeded. He's shining. Let's go, man. I love it. Okay, so I may have stolen this from the ABC store. What the hell is that? That is one of the weirdest Photoshop jobs I've ever seen in my life. You've got Cody Rhodes with some Wheatley vodka. This man's got the super-sized hand, like he's in an episode of WWE Slam City. Does anyone know what happened to Shinsuke Nakamura? I legitimately don't. I mean, I'm excited to read this thread. I have no idea. Oh, that's helpful. Available _business 11. No. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Good one. I creamed on him.
Happy
Oh, and he's laid, he's waited again. I laid a dookie on him. Oh, nice. What the fuck happened to Shinsuke? I think he's just having fun doing live shows and dark matches and having more time to spend chilling and surfing, plus the occasional match in Japan. Fair enough. I mean,
I'm a little lost, but fair enough.
Right, people forget he's at the wind down point of his career and he just wants to make enough money while enjoying his life. I mean, hey.
Fair enough.
I kind of look at Shinsuke Nakamura in a similar, like, conversation to a Dolph Ziggler in terms of, like, two people who really should have had not only World Championship reigns, but longer World Championship reigns. And I say World Championship reigns in general for Shinsuke Nakamura because the fact that he never became WWE Champion in 2017 is insane. Like, the fact that entire arc happened, him showing up after WrestleMania, that special SmackDown entrance, The Miz and Maurice clearing the ring, Nakamura's here, the aura. And then going on to have that AJ Styles rivalry as well. Didn't win the WWE Championship there, he won the Royal Rumble, couldn't win it from Jinder Mahal. They just decided to give up on all of that and made him a tag team wrestler. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but one of the biggest fumbles since Dolph Ziggler. Looking back now, what did The Rock give to Cody? Ooh, I actually have no fucking idea. I love how it's been bleeped out. He's put a spoiler alert over it. My theory is it being a, what's this gonna be? A piece of the Ulafala. Do you really think that's what he gave him? A piece of the, I mean, maybe. I mean, that thing practically has superpowers. It turns everyone into a villain that wears it, so maybe. Can you imagine that's the way Cody Rhodes turns heel? He puts on the Ulafala and he starts being...
Too much adrenaline!
A gift given to The Rock's father by Dusty Rhodes that Dusty said to give this to my son as soon as he wins the title. Ooh, that would be a pretty meaningful one. Okay, I like that. Advanced tickets to Moana 2. Moana? I hardly was a bracelet with the names AJ, Lee, and Larry. Can you fucking imagine? N-word privileges after Cody ended racism forever. What the hell? Can you imagine if that's actually what it was? He just gave him the N-word pass. He was like, listen, Cody, you've earned this. You stood alongside Malcolm X and MLK. And, well, The Rock certainly smells what your civil rights ass is cooking. So here's the pass. And Cody's like, thank you. I'm gonna do this for liberty, for everyone. I'm gonna finish the story. Oh, this one's good. JJ Rodrod says herpes. He gave him herpes. There's another person called JJ on this channel who's just a fucking dumbass. This girl's coming out like a Sprite commercial. Hang on a second. This better not be slander to my Meta 2 right here. I love Metaphor. I love Jakara Jackson. Let me tell you something about Jakara.
Just keep the mouse in the house.
I'm gonna calm down. And let me tell you something about Lash Legend. That is a bona fide performer right there. I mean, any way you look at it. I mean, let me tell you something. These two are gonna be special in that women's division for years to come. Okay. Kayfabe, I didn't like Dirty Dom losing his chance to become world heavyweight. I don't care. He probably deserved it, to be honest. He's done a lot of bad. If we really examine the career of Dirty Dominic Mysterio, he's done a lot of bad in his career, okay? And I'm not talking about in the ring. I'm just talking about his nefarious means. I mean, this guy is one of the most low honor, worst people I've ever seen in my entire... I'm over that. I don't even care.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Liv Morgan and Cody Rhodes. Of course, it's her next. We're moving on. Whose career would you rather have? Okay, you got the great Carly. Wait a second. This guy's been... He's in the Hall of Fame? Hang on a second. If my memory serves correctly, Mickey James is not in the Hall of Fame, but the Great Khali is. Fuck you. I'm sorry, that was aggressive. Fuck you. I mean, I love the Great Khali as much as the next guy. I was out there doing the dances and everything when I was a kid. Of course, I was a kid, so you can't say I was culturally appropriate. Oh my god, this guy Tommy Dreamer has got a lot of titles. Okay, I mean, we've got Tommy Dreamer. We've got Carlito. Okay, Carlito's done a bit of a madness. Xavier Woods, a lot of tag team championships, but still world championships. You got X-Pac here, Hall of Famer, back-to-back year Hall of Famer, by the way. Hang on a minute, I never knew that. I never noticed that X-Pac was in with the NWO and DX back-to-back years. That's pretty fire. I feel like the career Xavier Woods has had is probably pretty close to what I'm doing anyway, you know? Like, he's kind of in the content space anyway. I'd really just be adding wrestling into what I do. So Xavier Woods' career, I can see myself enjoying that. I mean, also he got to...
Hey, Chad.
So, meet Cappuccino Jones. Yeah, I saw this. Cold Brew Cappuccino Jones debuted in 2022. His finisher is the Froggy Brew or the Decaffeinator. I don't know who you are, but I fuck with it. I fuck with it heavy. I love that shit. There are so many different puns you could go ahead and make off of like cappuccinos and coffees and oh man, this guy, I can already tell he's gonna be a star, Vic. He's gonna be a star. Let me tell you something. Oh yeah, man. Zilla Fatu, a new WWE development show. Yeah, I heard about the WWE ID thing, obviously. I see it. I feel it. I see what they're cooking. But yeah, I mean, two things. First of all, Zilla follows me on Instagram of all places, which is very random. Shout out to you. I guess I'm kind of an honorary member of the bloodline, am I right?
No pop.
And second of all, it wouldn't surprise me if they were signing Zilla or had already signed him. I mean, I can see it happening. 28 years ago, this happened, and it's the Brian Pillman incident with the gun. Hey, I'm telling you, man, they gotta have Brian Pillman Jr. They gotta have Lexus King just fully crash out and redo this. I'm telling you, that NXT locker room, it's basically a crime. He's gotta do it on Tony D'Angelo. Oh my god. Listen here, Shawn Michaels. I'm telling you, ratings galore, okay? Randomly on an episode of NXT, he's like, oh my god, he's getting Anybody see Ariana Grace's fine ass? Tony D'Angelo? Fuck you. The most likely to appear as a surprise entrance in the next Royal Rumble, Obafemi. Yeah, I can see that. And I can also see him having a very dominant performance. Like, I'm talking 10 to 15 guys being eliminated by Obafemi here. Quite frankly, by the way, I can't remember if it was in a Reddit video or on stream or something, but in something recently, I saw people talking about bringing back the 40-man or even a 50-man Royal Rumble like they did in Saudi Arabia. I think 40-man at least should be a thing for the men because there's a lot of men's wrestlers on that roster now. Like, especially when you look at NXT and everything, I think they need to bring back the 40-man. Just try it. You know what I mean, Triple H? We've also got Axiom here. Okay, I can see Axiom being in there and then having a spot with Nathan Frazier, Trick Williams. I mean, that one feels like a given. Even if he's still champion by then, I can see it happening. That kind of reaction, whoop that Trick. Yeah, I can see it. WWE has just announced some international dates. Yay!
Who cares?
Sorry, I don't know. I'm just laughing at the way this guy put an exclamation mark as if he's breaking the news. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get a little breaking news piece here. I'm gonna be the next Dave. No, I'm gonna show him my slander actually, because he's got a tag here that says NXT Enjoy. Okay, me too, fair enough. But yeah, looking at these states, they're gonna be in Barcelona, Spain. I was just in Barcelona like a month ago, so great place. I mean, I'll fucking go back. You got Dortmund, Germany. Shout out to Borussia. They're in Belfast, Northern Ireland. I think we gotta go ahead and have a Finley appearance right there. We were in London, England on March 28th. I might go to that one. We're in London again on March 31st. Okay. Kayfabe, Dirty Dom must win a world title if he and Liv Morgan really want to become the top championship power couple in WWE history. First of all, what's with this trend of kayfabe? Like, why are we doing that? What's this new trend I've missed? Why are we speaking in kayfabe now? It's kind of cringe. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Why am I being so mean? What's wrong with me? I feel like I'm being kind of mean. But yeah, it's cringe. Your post sucks. You should delete it, actually. Second you hear me say this, delete it. And delete your account as well. And quite frankly, stop paying your internet provider. You should not be allowed to post. Don't ever compare Liv Morgan to Lita. And don't ever compare Dirty Dominic to Edge, the greatest wrestler of all time. That's why I'm pissed, because Edge is my GOAT. And Lita. Besides WrestleMania 28, what would have been the perfect moment to turn John Cena heel? Ooh. I'll be honest, I think back to the Nexus era. I think if WWE was in a bit of a different spot around late 2010 and it was a bit more, you know, maybe if that incident back in 2007 hadn't happened and the Nexus stuff had happened in maybe more of a ruthless aggression era, I could see John Cena being a bit more of a bastard in the Nexus thing, and it would have been less, you know, I'm just gonna infiltrate the Nexus, and they're gonna think that I'm on their team, and then I'm gonna destroy them from within. John Cena, Rabbit. John Cena would have been like, yeah, I'm in the Nexus right now. I wish I was driving a Lexus right now, because then maybe I'd drive past Lita. I'd pick her up, so then you'd know that I'd have seen her. I know she's carrying something, may it be an STD. But once I have sex with her, I'ma feel set free.
You are so wrong.
What about the Wyatt family angle? That is a good shout. That is a good point. That would have been another time, and quite frankly, him turning heel after losing to Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 30 should have happened. Late Halloween post, but here's my Uncle Howdy cosplay. That's pretty good. I'll be honest, that is pretty good. Do you think CM Punk will main event one night of WrestleMania 41? I hope so. NXT women's division is way better than the main rosters. I mean, that's not even like a conversation. It just is. And that's no disrespect to the main rosters, but it really just speaks to how good the NXT women's division is right now. That NXT women's division just has so many notable, like so many real grapplers. You can't knock it. Austin Theory was in Spider-Man Homecoming. Oh my God, look at this guy.
What the guy
hell? Hulk Hogan reveals why his planned biopic failed. It's because no one wants to watch you, you old decrepit red and yellow fuck, brother.